Man, what's going on? Good morning with it. Good morning with it. It is Sunday. Sunday, July 13th. Sunday, July 13th is 9:45 9:45 in the morning. Man, once again, bruh, beautiful day, right? Beautiful day, right? Make it count, right? Make your day count, right? When I say make your day count, bro, it don't gotta be nothing drastic, right? It don't gotta be nothing dramatic, right? Or nothing over the top, right? Because you gotta understand that if you're similar to the way to me or whatever, bro, you live your life, bro, one step at a time, right? And one decision at a time, right? Now you gotta remember, right? Sometimes it's hard to focus on the way that you are living your life, right? One decision at a time, right? Because you tend to forget, right? You tend to forget and you tend to get put on this autopilot type stuff. You know what I mean? Nah, man. And I've been there, right? I've been there. As far as like, let's just put it like that, right? Living your life on autopilot, right? Living your life a certain way, right? So by that, what do I mean, right? By that, what do I mean? Living your life on autopilot? Like, bro, just, for example, back in the day, right? In my younger days, right? We're hanging out, right? We're chilling, right? Living my life on autopilot as far as like, bro, every day, bro. Every day is a different day, bro. But while I'm living this life, bro, on autopilot, bro, I'm doing the same thing over and over, right? So so now you're living the same day over and over and over and over, right? What does that consist, right? Mini mart, chiefing, hanging out, things like that, right? Certain things, bro, that you might find normal, bro, when you start to realize and when you start to grasp, right, and comprehend, right, what is really going on and what are these things really doing to you, bro, you tend to understand that they're not normal, right? It's not normal for you to. Now, don't get me wrong. Like I always tell you guys, right? I'm not here to knock nobody the way they live or nothing like that, right? The whole point about life, right? Not necessarily that the whole point about life, right? Because I'm gonna look at life a lot different from the next person. You know what I'm saying? But bro, being happy, be happy in the things that you do. Everybody makes mistakes. Don't get it twisted, right? Like everybody's just perfect. Like, nah, bro. But what does living your life on autopilot consist of, bro? Doing the same thing over and over and over, right? And not necessarily doing the same thing over and over and over, right? It's just when you're stuck in a trance, right? When you don't wanna realize that certain things that you do, right, affect you and hurt you and damage you, but you don't have the knowledge, right? Or maybe you just haven't been through enough pain and suffering that you just don't know and you don't understand the magnitude of the choices that you're making that are affecting you, that can be the cause of your expiration, if you know what I'm saying, right? And now these things, right? I kind of just went all over the place, right? But these things go hand in hand with each other, right? So back in the day, right? Not having the proper information, right? I'm gonna keep it simple, right? Let's just say, bro, not having the proper information, bro, on just how to feed yourself, how to keep yourself, bro, running in tip-top shape, right? And not only that, right? Back in the day, for me and a lot of others, bro, it was normal, bro. It's normal. It's normalized, right? Bruh, sipping every day, bruh. sipping every day, bruh. Bruh, chiefing every single day, bruh. From the minute I woke up to the minute before I went to sleep, bruh. That's just how I lived, right? That's how I lived, right? And like I always say, right, about these choices, right, that you make, right, that, don't get me wrong, right, because it all stems and it all comes from something so simple, right? Something so simple, right? As to, bro, being young and wanting to explore, right? Wanting to experiment, right? And now also too, right? Let me just put it like that, right? But about the type of influences that you got around you. About the type of people, bro, that you got around you, right? Now, I'm not saying, bro, that it's okay to do these things, right? Whatever works for you, cool, right? I'm not here to judge nobody. And I also understand, right, that these things here, bro, have been here since before my even existence. You understand what I'm saying? And like I said, right, bro, these things, right, that you don't understand, right, that are simply affecting you and not having the proper information, bro, just look at people, right? Just pay attention to yourself, right? Pay attention to yourself, right? And how over the years, right, your body has changed. Think about the way that your body has changed, right? Look, I want to just kind of say, right, bro, you don't just be born, right? You don't just be born, bro, in the best years of your life, right? That you're supposed to be physical. Your best physical years of your life is, when he's young. Oh, because he's young, he got all this testosterone, bro. That's false, bro. That's false, bro. You don't just wait. You're not just living life, bro, in the best years of your life. Your physical top years of your life, bro, are not in your 20s, bro. But now, just like I said, right, let me keep it on me, right? Let me keep it on me, right? As when I was young, bro, I used to be very active, right? Soccer team, we play soccer, bro. We were active, bro. We outside, bro. Sports. You know, we used to play manhunt. We used to play, you know, all these type of games, right? Because back in the day, bro, I grew up in an apartment, right? Boom, an apartment, bro, packed, bro, flooded, bro, with kids, bro, youth, bro. Just, it's different now, right? But let me go back, right? Soccer, bro. We used to play baseball. We used to play football, bro. All these things, right? We was always active, right? Skateboard, bike, you know, all these things, right? And then, bro, not having the proper guidance, bro. And it's crazy, right? How us, bro, that we're kids, right? How it goes from, and then boom, it's like they flip. It's like you done flipped your whole world around, right? At a very young age, bro. I'm talking about at a young age, right? And then boom. For whatever reason, right? It was always like that, right? It wasn't a big age gap difference, right? So from there, bro, what happens, right? The older kids in the neighborhood, bro, they start going to, boom, bro. They go here to middle school, bro. And then from middle school, bro, where do all these things start coming from, right? Although you see it, right? Although you see it in the influences, right, around, right? Smoking, drinking. What else, bro? What else? Now, don't get me wrong, right? Everybody goes through these things, right? Everybody, not everybody. Nah, I'm not gonna say that, bro. I'm not gonna say that. But You know, people do go through these things, right? And now times have changed. Times have changed, right? Because of the internet, right? Because of the internet, right? Nowadays, bruh, more of this negativity, bruh, is bombarded, bruh. If you're not careful, bruh, into your children's. If you're not careful, right? Now, anyways, let me go back, right? Bruh, to me, it was normal, bruh. To me, it was normal, right? Because that's what I was around, right? That's where I grew up around, right? It was normal, bruh. That's what we used to do, bruh. We didn't used to go to school, bro. We used to go to the block, bro. We used to go kick it, bro. And what is there, bro? What we trying to get, bro? Go to the store, bro. Go to the B-Mart, get some Swishers, bro. What else, bro? Go to the B-Mart, bro. Get some drink, bro. Something to drink. You know what I mean? You go from drinking Arizonas, bro, to now you drinking tall cans. You know what I'm saying? You go for drinking these tall cans, bro. Now you drinking 40s and stuff like that, right, man? But when you living like that, right, it's normal, bro. It's normal, bro. So now, bro, you growing up, bro. You're not even growing up, bro. Because let me tell you one thing, right? Just because you doing X, Y, and Z, right? Just because you do this, you do that, bro. It does not mean you're grown, right? It just means that you're misled, right? That you're misguided, right? That you don't have the proper information. And not only the proper information, right? It's just, it is what it is, right? When you live, it's crazy, right? Because when I go to like the other side of town, right? Bro, you ever been to the other side of town, right? And like, you can just feel the stares. You know what I mean? You can just feel like, okay, like I don't really belong over here type stuff, right? And bruh, people know, bruh. People know off the rip, bruh. Like, the way that you carry yourself and your aura, you know what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong, right, too, about judging a book by its cover, right? Don't get me wrong, right, about judging a book by its cover, right? Because I feel like I get that a lot, right? I feel like when I'm around people, right, like, because that's the type of energy they give me. You know what I'm saying? When you feel the stares, you know what I mean? It's just like, and I'm not even to say it like that, but I'm gonna say it like that, right? It's like when you're in a spot where I don't want to say that you don't belong, bro. It don't got nothing to do with that, right? It don't got nothing to do with that, right? Because that's what life is about, right? Life is about progressing, right? Bro, if you grew up, bro, now don't get me wrong, I get it. Life, bro, isn't, bro, isn't what is around you, right? The way that you view things, the way that you view your life, right, it comes from in here, right? It comes from in here, because I don't want to say, bro, I don't want to say certain things, right? In the sense of like, bro, how can I say it, right? I'm trying to put it into correct terms. But obviously, right, the way that you perceive life, right, and not only that, right, your lifestyle will say a lot about what type of person you are. That's a fact. That's 100%. Bro, I could be around somebody, bro. I don't even gotta be around somebody for a whole day, right? I could be around somebody for a couple minutes, right? That I just met, right? Listen to the words that they speak, right? Throw a couple questions in there. And then right then and there, no, bro. I will know, bro, if I want to be around you or not. Or if I want you around me or not. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to get stuck, bro. You don't want to get stuck. You don't want to get stuck on this autopilot type of lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? You don't, bro. You always want to switch it up. Always, bro. Every year, bro, the seasons change, right? Every year the seasons change, right? Ain't nothing wrong with you changing, right? Ain't nothing wrong with you viewing certain things different, right? Bro, the minute that you stay in your comfort zone, right? The minute that you pick up a routine, right? Now, don't get me wrong, right? I got a routine. But the minute that you pick up this autopilot routine, right? About just, let me go out here and kick it, right? Let me go over here to the mini mart, right? Let me go over here and get a pack of Swishers, right? Let me go over here and get this little bag, right? Let me go over here. But you don't want to get stuck like that, right? You don't want to get stuck like that, right? Now, don't get me wrong, right? Some things do work for others, right? Some people can function. Some people are... I don't want to say it like that, right? I don't want to say it like that, right? Because they be trying to sell you this whole thing of like, oh, bro, I get more creative and I get more this and that. I mean, you know, hey, to each his own, right? But I fell for that trick myself, right? I fell for that trick myself, right? But when you start seeking happiness, bro, or when you trick yourself out of position, right, into thinking, right, that X, Y, and Z, right, that by you hanging around certain people or doing certain things, right, it's gonna bring happiness to you, bro. It's only gonna stunt your growth, right? Once you get comfortable, bro, in a comfortable routine, right, of you have no type of pushback, no type of work. And by work, I don't mean necessarily, bro, oh, let me go to work. Nah, bro. If you're not working towards something, bro, and you're just at a comfortable pace, right? The days are going to turn into weeks. The weeks are going to turn into months. The months are going to turn into years. And now think about it, right? I don't say these things. I say these things because I've been there, right? But if you pay attention to what you're doing now, where you at now, and you pay attention to 5 years prior, 5 years before, if you're still doing the same thing, right? If you still coasting, that's what I mean. If you're still coasting, maybe you should, maybe this time for you to switch it up. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's time for you to switch it up. You know? Not only that, right? Bro, practice some type of short goal. How can I say it, right? Have you some short-term goals, bro. And by short-term goals, now, don't get me wrong, right? Let's just say you got a money goal. Oh, you know what? I want to stack this up, bro. Bro, you got to give yourself, bro, a short-term goal. Now, don't get me wrong, right? It's got to be reasonable. It's got to be reasonable because I've been there, right? Oh, you know what? I'm going to do this by the end of the month and have this, right? And it don't happen, right? Because it is something obtainable, but when you live in this autopilot life, right? This is my routine life, right? And you're not going to change nothing, bro. You're not gonna be able to save up money, bro, when every weekend, bro, you want to go out, bro, kick it, drink, and chief. You understand what I'm saying? You're not gonna save your money like that. You know what I mean? If you have a money goal, right? Now, I would feel like, bro, having more of a personal, you know what I mean? Because all these things, right, certain things, right, are exterior on the outside. What can I change? What can I modify, right? But in our reality, bruh, have you some personal short-term goals? I think is better, right? Having you, bruh, something as simple, bruh, as learning patience, bruh, having patience, right? You gotta practice that. You gotta practice that. You gotta practice patience, bruh. You gotta practice, bruh, not being so quick to jump the gun, bruh, and start yapping at the mouth, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Think about before you're gonna say something, bruh. Think about before you say it, right? Yeah, and I kind of just went all over the place with it, right? But I'm pretty sure, you know what I mean? If you pay attention, you'll get something out of it. I'm gonna keep going, right? But I'm gonna just cut this one short because I don't want to record too long. But yeah, bro, I'm gonna upload this one, right? And we gonna keep going.